But he knew that I'm very strong on New York City. I've lived there for 35 years now. I'm too lazy to do research, so I oftentimes just set things where I live.
Sure. Kind of like, I would say like, probably like Anne Rice. She lived in New Orleans, she wrote about New Orleans.
It just makes it so easy, you're so comfortable.
Yeah. So basically, where can we find your work, basically? Is it through your websites, and is there actually publishings in stores?
Yes, to both. I'll work for anyone that will throw me the money. Sure. Because I want to stay married. And so you'll have publishers that are one person working in the basement to places like Dawn, Tor, the biggest, most popular publishers of fantasy that there are. So some of it you'll find in stores. You can find almost everything at my website, cjhenderson.com. Remember the name, cjhenderson.com. There's always free short stories there to read if people want to come in. And something interesting, there's going to be very, very shortly, C.J. Henderson's Magazine of Fantasy. In just a couple of weeks, there will be an announcement at the website that will tell people how to find the sample issue. So more free stuff to read. But people buy the subscription. I think it's going to be $20. That's in the hands of the money people. But they get 4 issues, which they can read online or load it or Kindle or whatever. And I mean, we have the second issue ready, and it's the new Teddy London novel. It's only going to be available here. And other issues are being planned. People are going to get a lot for their money. I think this is the future. I love books. I love seeing them on my shelf. But we live in a shrinking world. I mean, people live in tubes. Sure. People don't have room for giant libraries. And there's a lot of collectors and fans out there that are going, oh, print's never going to die. I love the feel of blah, 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 blah. Yeah, but, you know, look at what happened to music. Look what happened to the music industry. How long did it take for everyone to get rid of their records, their CDs? Everyone's walking around and I've got 1 million songs in the palm of my hand. It's going to happen to books. Sure, I believe that. There's no doubt about it, man. It's as old as I am. This is my last chance to be first in something. God damn it, yes. So, what made you come to Dorians Parlor? Are any of your writings at all associated with steampunk? Or? Actually, in 2 weeks, Steam-Powered Love, Tales of the Pell Gimli Institute for the Advanced Sciences and the Chaos It Caused will be on sale. And the odd thing is, they're not Victorian stories. Before I knew there was a Victorian steam movement, I was writing steam-powered interdimensional travel stories. And now I'm also doing a series about Mew, Ministry of Extraordinary Weapons, which features pilot Applejack Stevens and his buddy, co-pilot and mechanic Spitz the chimpanzee. They're very bizarre. I mean, thousands die, and yet you get this mechanic who's a chimp. A friend of mine, John French, who is one of the heads of CSI in Baltimore, but also a very interesting mystery writer, fantasy writer, is doing a story for the Ministry of Extraordinary Weapons series. Sherlock Holmes never wrote the stories. It was always supposed to be Watson. They were always told in the first person by Watson, but not always. A couple of times, Watson wasn't the narrator. So since we have that precedent, and Sherlock Holmes is in the public domain, why couldn't we have a Sherlock Holmes story where he tangles with the Ministry of Extraordinary Weapons? And why couldn't Spitz the chimp be the guy that tells the story? Just because he can't talk doesn't mean he can't write. I'm a very twisted.
I would have to say that's a very active imagination. So, but that's great, and thank you.
Oh,
this is a great interview.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you. And thanks so much.
I'll go lay now.
You'll go lay now.
Thank you, everybody out there on TV land.
May I get a picture?